Hi, I'm Laurence.
And I'm Kier.
And we are Fearless Vampire Killers.
And this is our Hit the Floor Firsts.
Mine was like, I think she just kissed several other boys actually. So it's pretty depressing. It was the worst first kiss you can have. I was really depressed, yeah. I told Kier about it. I can never remember her surname. Yeah.
It depends what you mean by kiss. I used to get girls and take them in the little Wendy house in like year 2 and kiss them.
How old were you?
I was 12, no I'm joking, no. I was also 4, however old you are, and that part of school. But yeah, so that was like, that wasn't kissing.
I was 16.
That was like pecking.
I was 16.
Yeah. Other than that, oh yeah, it was a girl called Frankie in the car park behind my house.
Nice.
First proper time I remember was when my auntie, who was a bit of a nightmare in the best possible way, took like control of a pub whilst the owners were on holiday. And if you knew my auntie, you'd know this was a ridiculous idea. And she had a party in the pub, and there was just like crates of beers, and I was drinking them. Yeah, I'd have been about 13, and I had about probably 5 or something, and that was enough, and I was well on my way there.
Yeah, I was the same as Kier because I spent most of my time around his house, so I guess like his dad would just be like playing computer games, his dad would just bring us like a can of cider or something like that. But I think the first time I got really drunk was like New Year's Eve when we were in year 10, so we'd have been about 15. And that was pretty good, just us and our mate Jack, you know, pretending we were in Pirates of the Caribbean, running around in our hometown.
Pretty hardcore.
Yeah, we had a really extended childhood. We didn't really deal with anything difficult until we left our hometown, really. And so we still used to run around pretending we were in films. So yeah, we were pretty sad. We were geeks, but yeah.
I guess made it as difficult. First time that I thought like it was going somewhere would probably be Kerrang tour, maybe.
Yeah.
That was the first time I know, or maybe our first Kerrang kind of piece. No offense to you guys, obviously, but like, because that was the first time. They'd asked to review us, so it's quite odd because we'd like kind of been building up a bit of a sort of grassroots, I guess you'd call it, following, and playing youth centres all around London. And we did a show at the Barfly, and they emailed me. We had a PR doc. They emailed me, and were like, "Can we review the show?" I was like, "All right, fine."
Yeah.
Fair enough. And they came along and they gave it a really good review, which was quite nice.
I guess it's hard, like, because especially when you're inside it, you never think that you're actually successful. You're always questioning, and you're always worried that it's all going to go. So I think it's hard to ever realise that. Even when we played Brixton Academy, I still was like, as soon as we got off stage, it's like, what are we going to do next? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you always think about that's the problem when you're like an ambitious person. You're always like, what's next?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but it's like you enjoy the small battles. I remember us selling our first T-shirt, which was actually to a girl in France.
Yeah.
Random.
Yeah.
Like online.
Yeah. First time.
You know, you just remember little things like that. First time people sung our lyrics.
Yeah.
In a shitty little bar in Basingstoke.
Yeah.
That's the first time I remembered it.
Yeah.
It's just little things like that, and then you just kind of, you know, like the next thing. The first time you played Brixton, and then now the second time.
Yeah. It's just, you know, the first time people tweet you like out without you going, "Hey, I'm in a band, check us out."
Yeah,
you know, the first time that happens is pretty weird when someone goes, "Oh, I checked out your music, that's great." I guess that is when you really make it, if you manage to convert one person to actually.
Every band spends most of their time just like bullying their friends into going to see them. Yeah. And another one, the first time we had like fans come to a show that weren't like our family. In the South End.
Yeah.
That was quite cool. So yeah, all those little things, they're all little battles.
Yeah. The first song that blew me away was probably something by the Beatles, but I would have been about 2 years old. But I think the song that had the most effect on me was Jesus of Suburbia by Green Day. That's what made me want to be in a band, because I'd always been a fan of like old sort of music and jazz and stuff like that. And I remember Shane playing me Jesus of Suburbia when we were about 15, and I thought, this is like David Bowie, you know, this is amazing. This song goes on for 8 minutes. How are they doing that, you know? And I couldn't believe that a band could do something so ambitious, and that it was that moment that I decided and get away with it. And I decided I wanted to be in a band that night, you know. And we were at a party. I mean, I think Kier was half naked, strutting about. Yeah, me and Shane were just sitting on this sofa, listening to CDs, and yeah, I guess, you know, Jesus Suburbia is always stuck in my head, and I always want to achieve that one day. What about you?
Yeah, I guess the first sort of songs I heard that I liked were what my parents played when I was young, so it'd probably either been the Sex Pistols or a David Bowie song from Hunky Dory.
Yeah.
But later on, I probably would have been a Used song that would have been the first one, because I was like full on, well, I was
Yeah.
full on like into that whole emo scene. But the Used are obviously one of the bands that kind of really were like better than the rest of that sort of thing. You know, like they could write tunes. When probably in Love and Death came out, I mean that whole album was just packed full of stuff. So like I Caught Fire and things like that were like just great songs. And yeah, I think my MySpace name was Kier Caught Fire.
Yeah, it was.
Very cool. So probably something like that. First time? Does this happen often? I don't think I've ever thought I was gonna die.
I think.
Oh yeah, we do it quite a lot when I drive.
Yeah. Like, he often drives on the wrong side of the road,
Yeah.
just by accident.
Yeah.
I always think I'm a hypochondriac, so every sort of day I think I've got something wrong with me. Like, I think I've got cancer, or I think I've got a brain tumour, or it's just a constant miserable struggle. And the best, and all what I need to do is sort of damage myself in some way, like do my leg in or something, and then you forget about all your other worries. That's all I can really do. Like, so I run a lot, and because I run a lot I hurt my legs, and so my legs take the thoughts away from other things. I'm a pretty miserable human being, really.
The irony is he'll probably live to a ripe old age, and me,
Yeah.
he goes through life just assuming that I'm invincible. We'll end up getting some horrible disease and being like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't often think I'm gonna die. I'm pretty phobic when it comes to death, so I just go for just ignoring the fact that it kind of exists at all, and just carry on as I am.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice ending.
Nice
Nice ending.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah.